Make your way down onto your back. Settle again, the props underneath the shoulders and underneath the head. Because this is a hip opening practice, a short one, but it'll do the work. Maybe we bring our leg position to a cobbler pose. So bringing the heels together, the balls of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall out right and left. If you come to this position and you feel like you're really struggling to hold those legs in this position, please grab another support, another pillow or blocks underneath the thighs. Bring a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. And with this lifted chest, let the shoulder tips fall down and away. I have a squirrel right now yelling at me over there. I don't know if you heard him. He thinks I should be giving him a peanut like Chris does. So as you let yourself arrive, take a full deep breath in and sigh that breath out the mouth. One more big inhale in. And as you sigh it out, again, let the body get heavy here on the mat. So you've heard me say our hips are the human, quote, junk drawer. I always love that illustration because whenever we have something that we don't know what to do with, we naturally just throw it into a junk drawer and we'll just deal with it later when we open up the junk drawer. But what happens when the junk drawer is full or overflowing or cluttered? So as we began today's practice, hips and hammies, what's in your junk drawer? Sounds like a credit card commercial, but what's in your junk drawer? And if there's one thing that you could take out to either get rid of or find a place for, what would it be? We come to our mat, not just for the physical practice. So this morning with hips and hammies, opening up that junk drawer, taking notice of what's in there. And then maybe clearing out one thing today. Take 3 full deep breaths. And on your next breath cycle, maybe blink the eyes open, use the hands to draw the knees together, rolling off to the side to remove the bolster from underneath the back and the block. Let's just take a stretch here to begin. Fingers away from toes. And then draw the right knee in, squeeze it in, lift the chest and the head towards the knee. Switch sides, drawing the left knee in, and again the right and the left. Just waking up the core and a little bit of movement alternating between the knees. And then we'll keep that right knee in, extending the left leg long. So as you draw the shoulder blades together behind you, lift the head just a bit to tuck in the chin, and draw the right knee in. And then keeping it in, just release the hand clasps. Let the arms just naturally fall off to the side. We're going to take big circles right into that right hip joint. So as that knee squeezes into the side body, let it fall out to the right, down towards the bottom of your mat, and back in towards your chest. Just keep the breath fluid here as you begin to circle right into that hip joint. Nice and slow. And reverse that action, taking it the opposite way. Rest of the body is still. Good. And then find that resting tree pose. So the sole of the right foot comes into the inner left thigh. Let the knee fall out to the right. Again, if you want to prop it, take that towel or a block. What we're wanting to do here is to just open up the whole space between the hip points. So nothing to hold up here. No energy. We just have to breathe. Relax the hips, let go of any clenching that you might be holding into the glutes there. And just allow the body to open up through the whole pelvis, inner thighs, outer hips. Take a full deep breath. And as the breath goes, the body gets heavy. One more inhale. And a slow exhale. Staying here or deepening the stretch by picking up that right ankle, placing the ankle just above that left knee to rest on the thigh, flex through that right foot. And again, that right knee has more space to drop open, or here again, use a prop. So beginning to open up a little bit deeper. Again, scan the body, the jaw, the tongue, the shoulders, everything soft. One more breath. And then we'll take a bend into that left knee and bring the left foot flat right by the sit bone. So coming into this figure 4 shape. Again, keep the top foot flexed. Bring the fingertips inside that right thigh and gently encourage the right knee away from the body. So opening up here nice and easy, just come to the point of sensation. Pause there. And then releasing those fingertips, let that right knee just kind of fall in and across the chest. Use your hands outside the knee to hug that knee in towards the left shoulder. Beginning to open up through the back of the glutes, the piriformis. Take a full breath here. And then release the knee and send it back away from you. Maybe this time not using your fingers to encourage it to go back, but using your hip muscles to begin to open up that space, wrapping around the whole hip joint. Take a full deep breath. Taking that new breath in, lift that leg structure in towards your chest. Flex through both feet. So before you even use your hands to draw it in, use the hip muscles, the strength of the hips. Then interlace behind that hamstring. Maybe the elbow helps prop that right knee away as you draw the shin in closer. Rescan the body. Did you bring in any tension into the shoulders here? Let's release the whole upper body. Focus right into the right hip here. Full deep breath. Exhale nice and slow. One more breath here. And as you release the breath, release the clasp of the hands and send the arms out to a T as the left foot comes down to the mat. So we're going to take that side pigeon pose. The whole leg structure is just going to fall over to the right. The ankle rides outside of the left thigh to begin to bring that left knee down closer to the mat. And feel free to slide that left foot down towards the bottom of the mat. Give yourself some space here. So feeling into the stretch from the hip to the knee through that IT band. And then if you'd like, extending the left arm overhead to rest on the back of the hand to reach through those fingers. So now we get this extension from the tip of the fingers all the way down to the left knee. Enjoy 3 full rounds of breath here. Big inhale, bring the arms back to a T. Use your core to draw the knees back up to center. Pause at center just to level out the hips. And we're going to take it the opposite way now. So right foot's going to come over to the left. Plant the foot. Maybe reach down for that right ankle to hold that foot in place. And then press the knee away. So I'm not using my hands to press the knee away. I'm using the hip muscles there to point that knee towards the ceiling or maybe even a little further back. 3 rounds of breath. Releasing the ankle. If you're holding the ankle, let's bring the legs back up to center. Again, level out the hips. Release that ankle, draw the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze, take a rock side to side. And we'll move to the opposite side now. So extend the right leg long as you hug in the left knee. Taking a full breath. Those are the sandhills, if you can hear them, the sandhill cranes flying. We have those in Florida too. Hug the knees in. Then release the arms back out to a T, holding your core engaged. Take that big circle with the left knee. So it comes in towards the chest, out to the left, big circle to the back of the mat and in. Taking that femur bone around the hip socket and reverse that, taking it the opposite way. And find your resting tree pose here. So left sole of the foot into the right inner thigh. Left knee simply falls out to the left. Again, if you want to take your towel or block and just prop up that thigh so that you can allow the opening again through the whole pelvic bowl. Notice again any clenching in the hips, in the glutes. Soften the shoulders, the face. Let the tongue fall. Nothing to do here but breathe. One more full round of breath. And to deepen this just a bit, we'll pick up that left ankle, place it on top of the right thigh. Keep the right foot flexed. Let the knee fall further down. And again, don't forget any support you might need. So in this resting pose, we open up that drawer and we see, maybe I can find a place for that today. Either I put it in the trash because I don't need it, or if it's useful, I find a designated spot for it. Take a bend into that right knee, plant the right foot next to the sit bone, figure 4. Left fingertips inside the left inner thigh to gently press the knee away from the body. And initially just noticing the opening into the left front and side hip. Pause there for a breath. And we'll release that and we'll let that left knee fall in towards the body, over towards the right shoulder, maybe helping by hugging it in with the hands to the outside of the knee and the thigh. Again, to get that nice stretch through the glutes, through the low back. Use your breath here, soften where you can soften. And release that and let those arms go back to a T and send that knee back away from the body, this time without use of the fingers. See if you can press the knee away from you, keep that left foot flexed. And using the strength of your hips here, pick up the whole leg structure and draw it in towards the chest. So as you draw that shin in close here, maybe now interlace, flex through both feet and draw the structure in, the shin a little closer. Use that left elbow to the left inner thigh to keep that knee pressed away. Scan again the body to release the shoulders and the face muscles. Breathe deep into the belly and soften where you can soften. Full deep breath in. And a nice slow breath out. 2 more rounds of breath, just like that. And we'll release the clasp, nice and easy. Arms back out to a T, dropping that right foot down towards the mat. Finding that side pigeon pose, letting the whole leg structure fall over to the left. So we're using that left ankle on the outside of the right thigh to drop the right knee down towards the mat a little deeper. Again, I like to slide my foot, bottom foot down, gives me a lot more space. Settling here. And then maybe adding on the right arm overhead, resting on the back of the hand so we get this extension from the hip to the fingers, from the hip to the knee. Big breath as you soften everything down. Release the arm back to a T. Use your core here. Draw everything back to neutral. Pause in neutral. Just realign the hip points. And then we'll take the whole leg structure over to the right so that the left foot comes down onto a block or the mat, the floor, somewhere you can secure the foot. I like to use my hand around the ankle. Once you arrive here, send the knee away from the body. Big opening stretch, wrapping around the whole left hip joint. 2 breaths. Releasing that ankle if you have the ankle. Draw the legs back up to center. Release the foot, both knees into the chest. Lightly place the hands on top of the knees, big circles right and left. So we're going to work into both hips here. Send the knees right and left and down. Roll onto that tailbone and then pull the knees back in. Working through both hip joints now, just rinsing them out. take it the opposite way. Big circles. It's also a really nice back massage. Good, draw the knees back in. Now, as you squeeze them in, send the knees off to each side so that you can reach through the legs for the blade edge of the foot. Find your happy baby pose. So drawing the knees down towards the side body. The tailbone is down here. Spine is nice and long. Find a moment of stillness first. So you're pressing the hands into the feet, but the feet into the hands at the same time. Then take a gentle rock. Extend that right leg out on a diagonal, nice and easy. Doesn't have to come to full straight, but press through that heel to open up the back of the hamstrings. Let that leg fall open up the inner thigh. Draw that back in and take it to the left. So left leg extends, leading with that heel, any degree of straight, and then release the leg. Let it just fall open here. And then draw that knee back in and take the wide V, both legs. Wide V here. Press through the heels. And then again, let the legs open to where they want to open. And then with those straight legs, draw the legs together overhead. So perhaps you're looking at all those beautiful 10 toes, and then pull the feet in towards the body. So see if you can maintain the hip bones down, pulling the thighs closer to the belly, the toes overhead. Take in a full breath. And then we'll begin to bring the big toe mounds together, the balls of the feet together, finding that floating cobbler pose as you pull the feet in towards the body. And then gently release the feet to the mat, coming down onto the blade edge. So we're back into that supine Baddha Konasana butterfly pose. Let the knees fall out. Support if you need support. Hand to the belly, hand to the heart. Close down the eyes. Soften the face, the shoulders down. And join me in that rhythmic breath where our exhales are twice as long as our inhales. So I'm going to lead breathing in to the count of 3. Breathing out to the count of 6. Breathing in to the count of 3. Softening everything to the count of 6. Continue on your own. Notice how that exhale washes through the body. In for 3. Exhaling, cleaning out that junk drawer. If you have the time, feel free to turn off your device and just continue this rhythmic breath. This is where I'll leave you this morning. Tomorrow, Friday, slow flow. I'll look for you then. Namaste.